New Year to you.
Hi Jeremy, to you too.
Yes, Happy New Year. A win and a clean sheet, and on January the 2nd, I think we've seen the goal of the year, haven't we?
we saw two very good ones, I think, but I think the one you're referring to is Eberetti's, which was a fantastic run from his own half of the field and a wonderful burst forward and a very composed finish, and came at just the right time in a way that it made the second half a little bit less hairy than it might have been.
I mean, as spectacular goals go, Roy, I mean, how good was that amongst the goals you've seen over the years?
Well, I've seen some very good ones recently, but unfortunately most of them have been against us. That's the problem. So it was nice to see one for us for a change, because a lot of the goals that we've conceded, in particular against West Ham and Liverpool, were incredible finishes that you don't see every day. So it was nice that we got one this time.
The Schlepp and Benteke injuries, Roy, what's the latest there?
Well, we think Benteke got a kick in the first half, which was obviously concerning him at half-time, a sort of dead leg. Normally those dead legs, if you're lucky, don't produce long-term problems, but with Jeff Schlupp it's more concerning because it's definitely a muscle injury. He felt his hamstring pull, so we'll have to wait until the scanners come back to find out how bad that injury is, but it looks like we're going to miss him for a while, and that's unfortunate because he's been doing so very, very well for us.
Can we just ask you about Luka Milivojevic? There was footage emerging of him on New Year's Eve apparently breaking COVID regulations and partying with Alexander Mitrovic. Did you know about that? And should he have been playing today?
Well, I didn't know about it before last night, of course, when we were told the story was going to break. It was actually partying was a question of him in his household in inviting or having his fellow Serb Mitrovic to come round and join them. So that's a clear breach of coronavirus rules. We condemn it. We certainly apologise for it. I'm certain Luka will as well, but as far as I'm concerned, he must take responsibility for that. It's an internal matter that we will deal with, but there is literally nothing positive I can say on the matter. With regard to your second part of the question, neither he nor Mitrovic were in any way tested negative, so neither players were negative, if you like, so in that respect we weren't concerned about breaching any Premier League protocols, and therefore it was quite correct, I think, that Luka played the game.
What do you say though to Palace fans who were surprised A, he was playing, and B, he was captain today?
Well, I don't accept that situation. I mean, I'm afraid I'm not in contact with the 20-odd thousand Palace fans we have, so I find comments like that impossible to comment upon, and I must say I'd be rather surprised if there was an outcry from Palace fans, knowing that they are more concerned basically with us winning football matches, of course, and not breaching Premier League protocols, but on the other hand, this is a breach of government guidelines, which we didn't want to happen, which we're very unhappy about, and we apologise for it, and we will discuss the matter internally and deal with it internally. But to suggest that should impact upon him playing today and losing the captaincy, I think you're taking that slightly too far.
Okay, sure. Just finally, Roy, the transfer window's open. What do Palace need to do? Could you go back to Watford? Would you like to go back to Watford to try and get Ismail Sarr again?
We haven't discussed that. We have a full squad of players. We have a good squad of players. We have a strong bench. We aren't suffering from that many injuries at the moment, at least before the ones we got today. So we will look into those matters during the course of January, and a lot of it, I'm sure, will depend upon what happens with the players we have at the moment, because you're only allowed 25 players in the squad, so it would be rather foolish of us to add lots of players to that 25 and not be able to use them.
Thanks, Roy. Happy New Year.
And you.
Anybody else have any questions?
Can't hear me.
Yes, I hear you, Matt. Yep. I can't now.
Sorry.
Joe, should I?
Yes, you can.
Hi, Matt.
A clean sheet today, your first since the opening day of the season. You didn't really look threatened much at all. Would you put that down to the way that your whole team defended as a whole?
Yeah, we were solid today. We defended very well. It's rather strange we haven't had clean sheets because in so many games we've come so close to the clean sheet, only to concede in the very last minutes of the game. And the number of goals we conceded, which is exceptionally high this year for us, they really are the result of 3 football matches where more than half of the goals we've conceded came about. So I wasn't surprised that we weren't overrun and conceding chance after chance or letting in lots of goals today, but it was a very strong performance, I thought, from the front two right the way through to the goalkeeper to make certain that we kept that clean sheet, which of course is so vital if you're going to win matches. And I am really happy with the result, really happy with the points, and I think it was very important we got these points because there's no doubt that what was looking like a very good first half of the season took a severe knock when we lost to Liverpool and to Aston Villa, but luckily in the last 2 games we seem to have put that right.
Thanks, Roy.
Pleasure.
Thank you. Are there any other questions, please? Neil McClellan from the Mirror.
Yeah, hi Roy. Just wanted to ask
Neil?
you about Eze. Do you think he's learned from watching or playing with Wilf? And do you, I mean, have they got particular rapport off the pitch as well? Do you think that's helped his development, like having a talent like Wilf in the same team?
I think the rapport sort of will revolve around the fact that both of them are so very, very good on the ball. You know, when they receive the ball, their footwork is so good, their ability to quickly change pace and eliminate an opponent. They share that ability, they share that skill, which is obviously a very, very important skill. And both of them, of course, have got the strength and the power that when they've eliminated the opponent, they can keep on the ball, they can keep going, they can attack the next one. You'd have to ask Eberechi how much stimulus he's getting and how much inspiration and knowledge he might be getting from playing with Wilf. I think personally that the whole of the team are helping him improve his game. He realises as a player that's still quite young and has been a major sensation in the Championship, something had to improve, and he had to make one further step up when he comes into the Premiership. But he's a young man who's made that very clear that he wants to do that. And what pleased me most about his performance today, strangely enough, was the fact that at 2-0 at half-time, when he'd scored such a wonderful goal, in the second half he showed the intensity and the concentration and determination to defend properly, to make certain that we weren't under cosh in any way and at a risk of losing our 2-0 lead.
Thank you. We'll go to Joe Doyle, Football Monthly.
Hi, Roy.
Joe?
I just wanted to ask about James McCarthy. He was back in the starting lineup today, and from what it hasn't got on any side for you and Rayland, he did very happy with his performance today.
I thought James was excellent, like he so often is. He only didn't play, the only reason he didn't play against Leicester was to give him a break, because 2 matches in 2 days, he puts in such a lot of effort. And also we have Gino Riedewald, who's a good player, and I thought it was the right moment to give him a chance to play in the team with 2 matches in 2 days. But there was never any doubt that James McCarthy would come back in. James McArthur, Macca we call him. We tried to stay away from the James Mac because of James McCarthy. But Macca, as we call him, he was going to come back in the team today alongside Luca. There was never any doubt about that. But I thought he came back with a vengeance because everything he did was so very, very good, and he is really one of the unsung heroes of Crystal Palace Football Club. And I'm not just talking about this season, I'm talking about ever since I stepped into the club 3.5 years ago. So I really appreciate him, and I'm delighted that other people like yourself are watching the game and appreciating his performance too.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, I think that might be it. I can't see any other hands up. So we'll call it a day. Thanks very much for joining. Bye-bye.
Thank you everyone.
Thanks, Roy.
Bye bye. Bye bye.